quiet morning in a noisy world. Christmas morning arrives wrapped in expectation. The world tells us how we should feel: joyful, grateful, surrounded, fulfilled. Social media amplifies this script. Perfect trees, smiling families, expensive gifts, laughter frozen in carefully edited frames. Yet for many, Christmas morning feels different. It can be quiet, lonely, overwhelming, financially stressful, emotionally heavy, or simply ordinary. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy born in times far harsher than our own, offers a radically calming alternative. It does not reject joy, celebration, or love. Instead, it teaches us how to meet Christmas morning with clarity, steadiness, gratitude, and inner freedom, regardless of external circumstances. A Stoic mindset does not ask, "How do I make this morning perfect?" It asks, "How do I meet this moment well?" This essay explores how Stoic wisdom can transform Christmas morning from a day of pressure into a day of presence. 1. The Stoic view of holidays. To a Stoic, holidays are neither good nor bad in themselves. They are externals, events shaped by culture, tradition, and chance. What matters is not the holiday, but our judgment about it. Epictetus reminds us, "Men are disturbed not by things but by the views which they take of things." Christmas morning becomes stressful only when we attach conditions to it. It must be happy. It must look a certain way. People must behave as I expect. The Stoic releases these demands. Instead of forcing meaning onto the day, the Stoic allows meaning to emerge through right action and right thinking. Begin Christmas morning with the dichotomy of control. One of Stoicism's core teachings is the dichotomy of control. Some things are within our control. Some things are not. On Christmas morning, not in your control. Weather, other people's moods, delayed gifts, financial limitations, family dynamics, loneliness, memories that resurface. In your control, your judgments, your actions, your attitude, your response, your values. A Stoic Christmas morning begins by silently acknowledging this distinction. You do not fight what you cannot control. You focus fully on what you can. This single shift dissolves much suffering before it even begins. Waking up like a Stoic morning reflection. Marcus Aurelius began his days with reflection, reminding himself of what he might face. Begin the morning by saying to thyself, "I shall meet with busybody, the ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful." On Christmas morning, a Stoic might reflect, "Some people may disappoint me. Some moments may feel empty. Some expectations may not be met." This is not pessimism. It is emotional preparedness. By anticipating difficulty, you remove its power to shock you. Whatever goes well becomes a bonus. Whatever goes poorly becomes manageable. Detaching from expectations. Expectations are silent tyrants. They turn gifts into tests, people into performers, and moments into measurements. A Stoic approaches Christmas morning without demanding that gifts prove love, that people behave differently than they are, that joy arrives on schedule. Seneca warned, "He who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." When you release expectations, you gain something far greater: peace. Gifts and the Stoic view of possessions. Stoicism teaches that possessions are preferred indifference. They can be enjoyed, but they do not define our worth or happiness. On Christmas morning, a Stoic receives gifts with gratitude, not entitlement. A Stoic gives gifts as expressions of goodwill, not obligations. If gifts are few or modest, the Stoic is not diminished. If gifts are many, the Stoic is not inflated. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself. Gratitude without comparison." Stoic gratitude is not performative. It does not require comparison. Instead of saying, "Others have it worse, so I should be grateful," the Stoic says, "This moment exists and I am alive within it." Christmas morning gratitude may be as simple as warmth, breath, light through a window, a quiet room. Gratitude anchors the Stoic in reality, not fantasy. The Stoic approach to loneliness on Christmas morning. Christmas amplifies absence. Stoicism does not deny loneliness. It teaches how to sit with it without being ruled by it. Epictetus taught that solitude can be a form of freedom when understood correctly. A Stoic reframes loneliness. Solitude is space for reflection. Silence is room for self-knowledge. Being alone does not mean being abandoned. Christmas morning alone can become a retreat rather than a punishment. Family conflict and compassion. Family gatherings often test Stoic discipline. The Stoic remembers, others act according to their understanding. Their behavior reflects their values, not your worth. Marcus Aurelius advised, when you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. A Stoic Christmas morning chooses patience over correction, understanding over control, presence over performance. Stoicism emphasizes attention to the present moment. Christmas morning loses meaning when it becomes a performance for others. Photos, posts, appearances. A Stoic asks, am I here or am I trying to be seen? True joy arises not from display but from awareness. Voluntary simplicity on a day of excess. Stoics practice voluntary discomfort to remind themselves that happiness does not depend on luxury. On Christmas morning, simplicity becomes a quiet rebellion. Simple food, simple rituals, simple moments. This simplicity restores balance in a world of excess. Stoic love on Christmas morning. Stoic love is not possessive. It is rooted in goodwill. A Stoic loves others by wishing them well, accepting their imperfections, releasing the need to control outcomes. Love becomes an act of character, not dependency. Mortality as a source of meaning. Memento mori, remember you will die. Christmas morning becomes more precious when seen as finite. This may be the last Christmas with certain people. This may be the last Christmas in this form. Awareness of mortality sharpens gratitude and softens resentment. Faith, spirituality, and Stoicism. While Stoicism is not a religion, it respects order, reason, and acceptance of fate. Christmas morning can be approached as a moment to align with nature, a time to reflect on purpose, a chance to practice virtue. Teaching children a Stoic Christmas. A Stoic teaches children gratitude over greed, character over consumption, presence over presence. Children learn more from how we react than what we give. The Stoic ritual for Christmas morning. A simple Stoic ritual. Wait quietly, breathe deeply, reflect on control, release expectations, act with kindness. This ritual requires nothing external. When Christmas morning hurts, grief does not pause for holidays. Stoicism does not demand false cheer. Seneca wrote, tears are not forbidden. A Stoic allows sorrow without surrendering dignity. Social media and the Stoic shield. Comparison is the thief of peace. A Stoic limits exposure to illusions of perfection. Christmas is lived, not scrolled. Redefining success on Christmas morning. Success is not happiness. Success is acting with virtue, responding with patience, remaining grounded. If you do this, the day has already been meaningful. Evening reflection, closing the day. At day's end, the Stoic reflects, what did I do well? Where did I lose balance? What can I improve? No judgment. Only learning. A Stoic Christmas is an inner victory. The Stoic mindset transforms Christmas morning from a fragile performance into a resilient experience. You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need approval. You do not need excess. You need clarity, presence, and virtue, and those are always within your control. A Stoic Christmas morning is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is calm, grounded, and quietly powerful, and that is more than enough.